Hey everyone, it's James at Eurevo, New York's #1 commission rebate brokerage with our June 2022 Manhattan market update, and basically everything that we've been seeing over the last couple months and we've expected to see over the coming months has played out. We've seen a continued deceleration in demand. Contracts were down about 26% year over year in June, and you can see here we've been seeing declines since March, and those declines have been accelerating. We're expecting to see this continuing going forward because of the mortgage rate environment, which we will get to. But you can see here when we look at it by price point, the declines, it's choppy data, but generally we're down across the board. So buyers are just taking a little bit of a pause as mortgage rates have gone from 3% to 6%, which is to be expected. On the inventory side, we're still down year over year, but we're seeing those year over year declines narrow. This again is the same thing we've been seeing for the last couple of months. You can see inventory has been slowly bleeding up all throughout the year, and we're now down to a 9% decline year over year. The big test though, and we say this every summer, is after Labor Day, but especially this Labor Day given everything that's going on, because a lot of sellers hold their listings until after Labor Day because they figure the buyers are back from summer vacation or wherever they are. They're going to re-engage with the market, and so you see this big spike up in demand every post Labor Day. We are telling our sellers to list before then, because in these declining markets, what you see is sellers get anchored to what their neighbor got 3, 6, 12 months ago, and that's the price they want. They won't accept the new reality despite what's going on with mortgage rates or the stock market. And so what we're telling our sellers to do is put it on the market now, take the comps, chop 5% or so off of it, sell it quickly, because you don't want to be chasing the market down with all of your neighbors after Labor Day. But for the market overall, what we're expecting is this continued malaise over the rest of the summer and then a spike up after Labor Day. And if we look at this by price point, you can actually see it's down across the board with the exception of the $1 to $2 million range, where we're actually basically flat with last year's levels. So that $1 to $2 million range, this could be a precursor of seeing that market get more competitive, more competitive from the seller side, meaning lower pricing on the buyer side. So be on the lookout, or maybe just pause your search for a little bit as that gets digested in that $1 to $2 million range. And on the pricing front, anybody who says pricing is coming down or has come down or it's down X%, just take all that with a grain of salt, because remember, pricing in New York City, any of the actual data is lagging. You're going to be 3, 6, 9 months, looking 3, 6, 9 months in the rear view mirror, because it takes a couple months to close and then a couple months for it to hit ACRIS. But anecdotally, you would expect pricing to come down, and that's because of this, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage. And you can see we've looked at this chart before. You were at this 3%-ish level for about 2 years, and then it rocketed higher at the beginning of the year. And if you remember, when we were comparing a 3% mortgage to a 5% mortgage, that increased your mortgage payment about 27%. We're now flirting with 6%, depends on the day, moves around. But going from a 3% to a 6% mortgage increases your mortgage payment, I think it's about 42%. So obviously you have your building monthlies, which have been more or less fixed. But if you look at the total cost of financing an apartment purchase these days, you're up blended somewhere around 30%. So it's obvious that buyers are going to take a pause, digest that, see if they can afford it. And especially because it's the summer. It's always a slow time of the year, but even more so this year because of the mortgage rate market. So if you are in the market, there are deals to be had out there. We'd be happy to help. We'd be happy to get you a commission rebate for up to 2% of the purchase price. And we're also happy to slice this data because you really do need to dive into the individual submarkets to get a real sense for what's going on. So you can email us at info@eurevo.com. We'd be happy to help. Remember to subscribe to the channel. You can do that with the button in the corner, and we'll see you next month. Thanks a lot. Bye.